Hey guys, welcome back to another Build and Public update, weeks 38 and 39. Let's jump right into it. For Swiftbrief or SEO outline generator, we have continued to work on V2. This pull request is getting huge. We are mainly just working on this, other than bug fixes that come in and that need to be done because the live product is down or whatever, which doesn't happen very often. So it's mainly working on this. A lot of work has gone into this V2, both IP wise, but also just straight up code that goes into this. We are still having some trouble with some of the external services not performing consistently and things like that. Everything is now being made more stable, and things just take longer as we thought initially, but that always is the case. We have been testing this already with both old customers, current customers, but also obviously our internal stakeholders, Mo, who's kind of leading the testing on this. And so we do have a tight feedback loop. It's just that it hasn't landed in production yet because we want to kind of roll it out all in one go. And what's left here to do is some of the roadmap level page determination, for example, and the new outline prompt that is running and composing the outline based on all the data that we hand into the tool. So all the upfront processing that is become quite a lot to get all the data we need in order to make a good decision, what a good page type and a good deliverable for the kind of query that people are typing in. So for the keyword is goes into the final outline prompt, and that is still kind of work in progress, but we're very, very close to wrapping this up, and it's just a matter of putting together the new UI for the brief, which is already done, and then doing one more round of testing, getting in externals, making sure that old customers can still access their V1 resources and things like that. We don't want to keep anyone from looking at their historic data, obviously, and that produces some more overhead because that is just something we need to take care of. But we're quite certain that V2 is much, much better. So it's just more a way of finding a way of keeping it low overhead while still enabling access for people. And then we do have a sort of whitelist behavior that needs to be tested, and we need to make sure that we can roll this out step by step rather than crushing everyone with it if it's not where it needs to be yet for everyone. So just checks and balances in place to get this out right. And then we also need to work on onboarding a bit because it's quite brief focused right now, but the focus will switch more towards the roadmap, which is just a structuring and prioritization piece of all the briefs you will create, but it plays a major role in determining what kind of content or briefs to produce. So we want to highlight that more because we've always had it, but most people just haven't used it because it wasn't really clear and it wasn't really like highlighted at all what it's for. So this just kind of makes it impossible to miss if we take it up as part of the onboarding. All right, for Maid of Speeches, our Maid of Honor speech generator, we have passed $1,000 in revenue in the last 30 days. So this is the last 30 days. We actually have had a spike here, which we're not sure where that was from, but it looks like some sort of social mention because conversion rate was quite high. Traffic wasn't necessarily higher, so it was like 6 or 7% conversion, which is like usually it will be around 1 or 2. So that speaks for some sort of trust relationship with the person that posts it. So it could be a private group, it could be WhatsApp message to someone, but it was multiple people and it was from different cities and things like that. So it speaks more for some sort of group, private or public, social media, whatever. Haven't found it, but obviously good for us that people are recommending it. If that's the case, right, speaks for it being a somewhat decent product. And yeah, obviously our goal was to cross 1,000, and we actually overshot that by yeah, a third, like 33%. So that's good. And yeah, shout out here to our payment provider who created a feature to just export these charts, and I thought I would just use it and use that feature and yeah, let them know. All right. This morning, so this is from today. This morning, we got Jen got an article in Business Insider that both links the tool and also links Nichemates, our kind of holding or whatever, as the developer of the tool. So that will maybe drive some traffic to get some new leads for new projects, even though we don't really need them right now because we have more than enough to do. Obviously, more importantly, drives traffic to the tool, which is great. And then also a backlink from a strong domain has never hurt, or SEO efforts, or also Jen's SEO efforts. But this specifically links not her homepage, but the tool's landing page, which strengthens that page specifically, right? So everything going forward here, we're still looking to scale marketing. We're still yeah, putting a lot of effort, let's say 80-20 on marketing versus product, and I think that how it should always be. But yeah, sometimes you end up with something like Swiftbrief where we have been putting marketing on hold for a bit in order to, you know, double down on the product work, but we also had clear signs that it's necessary to do the product work because we've had a high churn and we've had people just generally not being completely happy with the output. So it's always a, you know, balanced decision to make. But I think we're ready to push Swiftbrief out the door as well, and continuing to scale the marketing efforts here, unlocking other verticals like best man speeches or vows and things like that. So exciting things ahead, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. If any of the stuff sounds interesting, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Built in Public update. All right, cheers.